Okay, this is a meeting of the Recreation Committee. It is Monday, June 27, 2022, at 6:34. Awesome. Okay, so there's a couple things that I want to put under new business before we actually get to the agenda. The first one is in your packet. You'll find the resignation letter of Audrey. It's unfortunate. But if anybody's interested in reading that, there it is. I don't know if anybody has any discussion or anything like that they want to go. Let's move on to the next one. Well, first off, I just want to thank her for all the stuff that she did great at the camp over the last year. I mean, she helped with a lot. A lot of the policies and procedures. She did a lot of great jobs with the descriptions of the staff, budget. She helped a lot with me with that. So. Thanks, Audrey, for that. It's unfortunate that you resigned, but good luck. Next order of business is the Hanson Public Library Lizzie Bourdain event or Borden event. So I talked to Dory about this for a little bit of clarification, and they don't want us to pay anything for that. They just want to have permission to use the camp on that day. So actually, you know what I forgot to do from the audio recording? We have to say who's here.
Oh.
Yeah, so who's who's in attendance from the commission? Frank Malisi.
Melissa Scartesi.
Sheila Morse. Caroline Mills.
And then in the audience we have 4 caretakers. Let's name it like that. Okay, awesome. So they just want to have permission to use the camp on October 20th, 2022.
Use what on the camp?
I think they want to use the lodge right here in the event that's there. So is there any discussion about that? No? So I'll entertain a motion to approve the Hanson Public Library on October 20th, 2022 for the Lizzie Bourdain event.
Motion to approve.
Okay,
the
all
Lizzie
those.
Borden event.
Okay, and since we're on audio, we have to do a roll call vote. So Melissa.
Yay.
Frank, aye.
Sheila, yes. Caroline, yes.
Okay, great. That's good. Okay, and the next one is the appointment of the event caretaker, Renee Brown. So I am going to recuse myself from this one, and I'm going to pass it over to the secretary, who's Melissa. Godspeed.
Okay, so what do we need to do?
So last week we had last meeting. Okay, sorry. So last meeting. So Renee was the only one who filed a application for the event coordinator position here at the camp. Obviously, we all know Renee because she's been working here in the camp with Dory and everything like that. So this is just kind of approving her appointment to that position. The Board of Selectmen already did it because they were on the agenda. So this is kind of following up on the back end and getting the approval. Let me see if I can find the. I don't know if I have her application, but Renee's also over here as well. So, so if you guys want to ask her any questions about that or anything like that, about hours or things that please feel free to do that. So,
Renee, is it the same hours that you're working now, or is it going to be more? It'll be pretty much the same.
Pretty much the same. I think it's 19 and a half.
Yeah. Okay.
actually, I don't need to recuse myself from the discussion, but I will abstain from the vote. So just to make it easier, because we technically don't have a vice chair right now. Mm-hmm. So, okay. Is there any other discussion on the hiring of Renee for the event coordinator position?
I just have a question. Sure. Sorry, I don't have any of my stuff from last meeting, but was this the applicant that we were wondering about the availability for hours?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Did that ever get?
I will let her speak for herself.
Sure.
On that.
I think that was the only thing we had discussed prior.
Yeah. So last meeting, Audrey had a question about Thursdays and stuff like that. If you can work Thursdays, I know you've done a couple Thursdays, but is there any issue with the hours? I mean, obviously you have event work and things like that you will do during the week, but then on the weekends you're gonna have to do events as well.
I think the question was if I can do Thursdays for rehearsals, which so I've been doing those. I can continue doing those.
All right. Yeah.
So I guess you just make more motion.
Yeah. I mean, I'll Yeah, I'll entertain a motion to hire Renee Brown as the event coordinator for Camp Kawani.
Motion?
Motion by Melissa. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Sheila. Okay, all those in favor? Melissa?
Aye.
Sheila?
Aye.
Caroline?
Aye.
And Frank I'm going to abstain from that vote. Okay, awesome. Congratulations, Renee. Godspeed. Okay, so this is the hard-hitting topic, right? We had this is discussion on return of the security deposit for the 6/17/2022 wedding. This is the one where they hung the hooks in the walls against our policies and procedures. So I am actually gonna put this over to Renee, because you were the one who booked the wedding. You're the one that told them they couldn't put the hooks in the wall. So if you want to kind of go over the story about what happened.
Like the beginning.
Sure.
So they had rented 3 extra hours on that Thursday for the Cranberry wedding on that Thursday to decorate, which is fine. At the very beginning of everything, I always tell them there's 5 particular things that we don't allow, which is holes in the walls, open flames, glitter, confetti, preferably no animals on the table, fish. No, you don't like it. So it's very clear at the very beginning of that. So I helped them set the tables up, they were decorating, all that, and I came back and, they were up. I hadn't really realized what happened. I went home, Roger had texted me and said, they put hooks in the walls, and I said, well, I didn't see them do that. So, it's very clear from the beginning, and it's in their contract. I can't make alterations to the lodge like that at all. The following day, they were finishing putting up decorations when we already know that they had put the hooks over there. They were doing this little alcove over here, and they had more lights to hang. And I had said to them before they even started, I said, we can't have any holes in the walls, you have to use the tape to hang it up. As soon as I walked away, I came back, they put the hooks in the wall, and they hung everything up. So it was just a matter of them hearing exactly what they wanted to in that situation. They did it despite what anybody was going to say. So they also had a problem with clearing their stuff out. I guess there was a miscommunication, allegedly. But I was very clear with the mother that anything that they left behind at the end of the night when they were leaving, we would happily get rid of, because they had some bunting hanging from the ceiling. And she says, well, it's going to take us a while to get it down at the end of the night. I said, if you leave it, we'll get rid of it, no problem. At the end of the night, anything left behind, we're going to assume you don't want, and we'll get rid of it for you. So it was clear, and they had given Maddie a hard time, I guess, about being able to clear their stuff out, saying that they were told that they could pick it up the next day, which didn't and wouldn't happen. So just from the beginning, they heard what they wanted to hear. There was no way anybody told them that it was okay to put those holes in the walls.
Okay, so that being said, they have $1,000 security deposit, right? I guess I'd be open to discussion of what exactly we would like to do. Just keep in mind that, for a security deposit, we have to kind of prove what it costs to fix that stuff. We also have the ability to make it so they don't hold events here anymore. If people think that the security deposit, just give it back to them and things like that. So I'll open up to discussion.
Is there permanent damage that can be fixed? I haven't
Very
even seen
top,
it.
you'll find some hooks still up there.
Yeah,
Where are they?
Right behind all those hooks in various spots.
Right above the ceiling.
Right there, way up by the ceiling.
Oh, I know those.
Sheila,
those
there's
screws
some farther
are-
down, too.
Yeah.
They're all the way down.
Yeah. All the way down?
Well, there's another one here.
Like halfway down. Right in there. Should be like 3 right in there. Yeah.
So what would you just put wood filler in there or something?
Yeah, but it would never match. It probably would work. Yeah, it's
I
all
think
right
the
there.
future endeavors, just leave those hooks there, and take them out. There's gonna be a little hole, but you really gonna have to hunt to look for them. If you put wood buddy in there, it's gonna stand out more than if you left it.
Right.
So, one thing that I was thinking about as well is, like, if and this is completely beside the point of them not following the policies and procedures, right? But like if somebody came up to, like if any one of the caretakers came up to us and said, hey, I think it's a good idea to put hooks up there, something like that, I wouldn't be completely opposed to it, right? Because they are useful for like holiday events and things like that. But that doesn't go against the fact that they clearly broke our policies and procedures of not, and being told multiple times not to. So,
Because what if every group did that?
Exactly.
It would be a mess.
exactly. That's exactly.
This
what it
is like a historic building.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean,
know?
we were, I guess we were lucky in some sense that they were so small and not like bigger hooks or, you know,
It's
things
just
like
the
that.
contacts that we
Yeah.
catch at the end that you don't know anything about.
Yeah.
And we pull them out and
Yeah,
pass it off. You know, you chase everybody. It's hard to say.
yeah. So, any discussion from you guys?
What were the two issues you said again?
So the two issues is that, so one of the issues is if we took their $1,000 security deposit, and they decided to make a big deal out of it and possibly go to like small claims court, we'd have to prove that it cost us $1,000 to fix that stuff up there, right? The other thing is we have the review question as well. Like, what if we take their $1,000 security deposit and leave a bad review? Obviously, we can respond and be like, well, you broke our policies and procedures and things like that, but do we want to go through that particular hassle? And the other thing is we also have the option to just bar them from ever having an event here again, and saying, you know, you guys broke the policy procedures last time, where you're not allowed to rent out the camp anymore, so on and so forth. You have your security deposit back in, but we never want to do business with you again. So,
Okay.
Melissa,
Can we do a partial return? Can we do like keep $250
I
or
believe
something?
we can. I believe we can do that as well.
Just to cover supplies and then the labor.
I think if we don't, it's gonna set a precedent. Like, you can do it and get away with it.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, they were told.
They were told multiple
signed.
times, and they signed
They
multiple
signed an
times.
agreement.
Yeah. Yeah. So, okay. Any more discussion? Sheila? Go ahead, Renee.
So, what about any sort of negative review?
Yeah, so,
Is that gonna be?
yeah, like I was saying, if we did get a review on, like, was it the knot or something? Was it called the knot, wedding wire?
Yeah, the wedding wire.
So, I mean,
Google or whatever.
I mean, what we could do is we could just respond saying, you know, thanks for the review, but you broke the policies and procedures, you hung hooks in the thing. And honestly, like, that'd be like one thing, like somebody looks down and be like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do hooks on the walls. I mean, it'd be a bad review, don't get me wrong, but it wouldn't be like one that says, you know, the camp was disgusting,
service
like, yeah, the
was
service
bad.
was bad,
Right,
things like that, right? I think from my example, when I look at reviews like that, and then they go you know, it's kind of like, oh, okay, just don't do what you weren't supposed to do.
I just think responding with the facts would be the best thing.
Yeah, exactly. Like you signed a contract not to drill holes in the walls. You drilled holes in the walls, so we kept a portion of your security deposit in order to fix the damage that was there. If that's unreasonable to anybody when they're trying to find a place for a wedding, really don't think I want them here anyway. To be honest with you, like if somebody looks at that and is like, oh, they charge them a security deposit for drilling holes in the walls, then I really don't want them here anyway. So, you know, but
I just have a quick question. I know
Sure, Jen.
about all the hooks. Now I'm noticing, I just mentioned it to him, did they also put nails in the wall? Because I see one right from the wall above your head. There's one by the window. There's one over here. This to Melissa's left. There's one at the top of that window. Did they put nails?
They look like picture hooks.
Yeah, they don't have anything hanging except for those lights.
yeah, I would probably think that those were there before.
It's a tack. With a piece of paper or something hanging.
I think they were there.
And the
That
way
was
the light
Yeah, I
shines.
think those are probably
Piece of paper
there.
hanging from
Yeah.
Well, there is some up here.
Okay.
That's what they had done. The purpose of the,
I mean, it looks lovely, but still. You were told not to and you did. So
Yeah.
That's not even look really
You know,
nice. It's a great idea.
Yeah.
It is a great idea.
My
Those look
My
good.
whole thing
Yeah,
is,
look good.
you know, in the day and age that we have all those command
I know,
hook
stickies
things,
and-
I mean, I don't even know why you would bring hooks like that
Yeah.
to set
Well,
stuff.
that's the thing.
I think that, like, honestly, I mean, I can't see the whole $1,000 for a handful of hooks. Personally, I would say more if we decreased a little bit of it and added the not to come back
Okay.
again, maybe a mixture of both.
Do you have a number and a motion you'd like to make for that?
I don't know.
I think the 250 is
Two-
reasonable,
yeah,
because if you're
I
gonna like look into fixing it,
Plus
you're gonna have to hire somebody metal, it's gonna
Right.
cost you a couple $100.
Okay.
I mean, it's not, it wouldn't fly anywhere else.
Yeah, no, definitely
No,
wouldn't.
it certainly wouldn't. And then, you know, and it's not like they weren't told, what, almost 3 days straight? Because they had come in for 2 days.
Right, those 3 other things is exactly what I suggested. I said, no holes, but you could use those 3 on that you stick, because they were asking about the outside of the lodge too, hanging like flowers or whatnot. And I
Yeah.
actually told them.
And it wasn't just like a little quick misunderstanding, like, it
Yeah,
just
no.
kind of got,
I mean,
you know what
there's some out
overheard
there
by
too. Is there some out
2
there as well, or is
pieces
it
of
just over here and over here?
Just over here.
Just over here and over here? Okay. So it's two pots. It's over there, which I think they did that
Yeah.
on Thursday. Didn't they do this on Friday or something like that? I think it
That
was
was
the
the
day.
first.
This on Thursday and this on Friday.
Okay. So yeah.
I think there's like 9
Yeah.
holes in total.
Okay. I mean,
That's
so if
my
if somebody
thoughts.
would like to make that
Yeah,
motion.
I'll make a motion,
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to hold $250 for labor, materials, and, you know, repairs of the hooks that were put in the wall, that were done against the policies and procedures of the camp.
Okay. Do you want to also prohibit them from coming back, or you want to leave that out of your motion? That's completely fine. We spoke about that as well, so.
What's the rules on the signed contract that they signed? Does it say anything about why they can't come back? Or reasons
I have to
that we
look
wouldn't
at it.
invite them back?
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
I don't think that's stated in the contract. I think that's.
I just don't want to go against.
I think the
signed.
policies and procedures pretty much leaves it open for us
Okay.
and how we want to deal with that. I don't think it's a.
I can grab it and take a look.
I mean, if they have the, I don't know if it'd be in the contract though. I think it'd just be in our local policies and procedures that we have.
Okay.
I don't have those in front of me though. So I mean, if you want to exclude that, that's completely fine.
Yeah, I just want to exclude that till we get clarification, but I think that at least do the $250, keep that.
Okay.
And,
Okay. So the motion is to keep $250 out of the $30,000, I almost said $30,000. $1,000 security deposit from the wedding of 6/17/2022. Do I have a second for that?
second.
Okay, second by Sheila. Melissa made the motion, so all those in favor, Melissa?
yes.
Frank's an aye. Sheila?
Yes.
Caroline? Awesome, thank you. Great. Discussion on Cranberry Cove. Okay, so we've had a couple complaints over the past week about a rambunctious group of teenagers that were down there causing all kinds of mayhem and chaos. I know that I got one. I shared a post on Facebook about the rules of the thing, and there was a whole bunch of people complaining about them down there.
I got 2 messages.
Yeah, funny enough, my sister-in-law was down there that day too. So,
Oh,
yeah, and she's like, yeah, they were pretty bad. So, I don't know what we would do to remediate that. I mean, obviously we don't have people down there to check it every day, but you know, I would like that if we had like a caretaker on staff that day, if they could just run down there and make sure everything's good, make sure there's no crazy teenagers, and then kind of report back up. It doesn't need to be every hour or anything like that. It's more for like, you know, you're leaving, go down there, check it out, make sure that nobody's causing any problems, and then, you know, go your merry way. You know I check, you know, a couple times a week just when I'm going by, so I swing by, but I don't know if anybody has any more discussions on the
And I
code.
think I did talk to Dory about it too. She was going to call the police as well and get more patrols doing
Yeah.
drive-bys. So,
Okay.
yeah. And there was, it wasn't just mayhem, it was also damage to the bathhouse.
Yeah.
They broke the electrical boxes on the side. I saw those yesterday. I was there yesterday.
The covers.
I had to speak to the group. There was a group of middle school, and they were making, you know, doing stuff to the dock, and I had to speak to them.
Was it the same group that was
I
causing?
don't know that because I
Okay.
wasn't there the first time. They didn't cause any damage when I was there. But
Okay. Yeah, I know that I think it is the same group that's gotten kicked out of like Dollar Tree and like caused all kinds of problems coming from the middle school and stuff like that. I know that their parents picked them up that night because there was another group of middle schools that were, you know, being kind of, they weren't being bad, but they were kind of crazy, and their parents picked them up that night. I don't know, one of the cars was kind of the one that was described to me from one of the gentlemen, so they were like throwing cinder blocks in the water when they were kids swimming and stuff like that, and things like that. I mean, I would just like to say, like, if somebody's throwing rocks in the water with your kid being there, like, you
Yeah.
call the cops. Like, don't send me a complaint about it. Like, call the cops. Like, you know, because that's kind of crazy. And, you know, if they're making an uncomfortable situation, you know, call the non-emergency line of like the Hanson PD, and have them come down there and, you know, talk to them and kick them out. I know there were some discussions about, you know, having, increasing the age limit of the people there without supervision to, you know, 16 or something like that. I don't see how we would enforce that.
Right.
It's kind of unenforceable if we don't have lifeguards down there. Maybe that's a discussion we can have better next year. Renee?
So we have video surveillance up here, and I saw some of the signs that have been put up. Can we put signs up down there that said property, I think it says property monitored by video surveillance? Even though they're not down there, it's kind of the general property, so it kind of gives them a deterrent, like, hey, are they down here? Are they not down here? Even though we do have it up here. Is that something that could be an option? I don't know from a law point of view if that's...
I mean, yeah. Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be, we could even get a camera down there too, like a...
Yeah, because I was trying to worry maybe about like one of those like ring cameras. I don't know how much they are, if it's even a possibility down
Well, you
there.
could get one that just screws into the side of the building. It's like $150,
Yeah.
and it goes to our phone that we can see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like an hour.
And it records.
Yeah, I mean,
They're fairly
ideally, yeah, like that.
I purchased these last year.
Oh, yeah. we can use
Oh,
that.
there you go.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Thank
think I
you,
got
Jen.
like 4 of them.
Yeah, see yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, even though the beach actually isn't, would be, you know, because if someone did get hurt down there and it says premises monitored,
The only problem with this is we have to figure out the legality of it.
exactly what I'm saying.
Because
Joey says
if,
the insurance company won't allow them.
what's that?
Joey says the insurance company won't allow them because it gives the people of the beach a false sense of security.
But what
So,
if we did put a camera there?
That's a different story.
so the camera system that, if we were to get a camera that was go down there, it would have to tie into the current security system that we have.
Why?
It's monitored by the police. We already have a security system that's down there. I wouldn't want to spend $300 on a security camera that only we have access to, that we can't do anything about, other than just spending, you know, however much. Yeah, it opens up a whole bunch of problems for us. So,
I don't know, I still would want to know if that would apply. So this is premises, it doesn't say beach, and the premise does have security surveillance.
I can take it on if you want me to like contact Dory or contact.
yeah, if you'd like to, yeah, that'd be great. And
Yeah,
and see if we can tie it into the other.
Yeah, see if we can
It's
get
not
another-
specifying the beach has video recording, it says the premise, that means that at any place around here, there could be a video recording.
Yeah, and I mean, I still think we should have a video camera
If
down
we
there.
can get an
Oh,
additional
sure.
camera
I mean,
from the
but that's
company,
something we're gonna look
you
into
know.
financial wise.
Yeah, we have to look to see how
Yeah.
much it would cost to actually run a camera down there, because you need to have internet connection down there. And things
I've
like
been
that.
down there, seen those kids, I don't know if it's the same kids, but they were on the roof and just being...
Yeah, it probably is the same kids. The problem is you have to catch them.
And I didn't tell them that, I just said, you know, we do have security cameras on the building, and they do face towards the beach, but I didn't tell them that they were on camera. I said, so
Yeah.
otherwise you gotta get in trouble with the police, you know?
Sure is.
And they,
I'm gonna say it off audio. I'll say the other thing.
and they
but-
took off.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. They get caught and then they take off and then they come back and then they go off. But, you know, I would imagine if they got talked to by somebody from the PD, they'd probably be a little bit more.
story. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, okay. So, I mean, we'll figure out something to do with them. I mean, if they keep causing problems, if we talk to them once and we catch them and they keep causing problems, we'll just have to have them trespass from the premises then. I mean, and that's such a ridiculous thing to do to a bunch of middle schools who just want to come down here and have a good time, because there was middle schools there that were having a great time that weren't causing problems, and I saw them, and they were, day after day, they come down, they sit, they read, but I don't want to have to make a policy to ban everybody under the age of 16 without adult supervision, because those, you know, parents are working and stuff, right? So they should be able to go down there and enjoy. But it's ridiculous how people don't talk to their kids and have them behave the way that they should, but that's just a personal
It's a
opinion.
small group that's ruining the rest of the kids in the town.
Yeah, exactly.
And now we'll be adding this place to it.
Yep. So, Roger?
Through you, I'd like to ask Jack a question.
Sure.
Those white covers on the poles, is there any way to mount them, screw them on or something?
We could.
When I came in today, where it was raining, I decided I'd close it down at 5 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
There was 3 kids out there swimming, and all 3 of them had an individual, one of those white sleeves.
They were starting, when I was there yesterday, there was one kid that was going like this and trying to pull it off. I had to yell at him, yeah.
They actually had them off and they were in the water with them.
Yeah, we can definitely screw those into the pole that they go on.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you guys want to work that out and screw them on there, just so that people aren't ripping them off.
Otherwise, they'll disappear.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just, so another thing is like, so like as like caretakers and like commissioners and stuff like that, I'm almost positive, just like any other citizen who's down there, right? Like, well, we have like the authority to go down there and tell people to like get out, right? So like if you see something that's there, you're not comfortable with it, tell them to leave. If they don't leave, honestly, I would snap a picture of them and be like, get out of here. Now I'm going to forward you to the PD if you don't leave, right? Because you know that's the way they should be. It's ridiculous. I can't have nice things. Hopefully next year, you know, we can talk about having the Cove actually like open with staff and things like that. It's a little bit of a Wild West there this year, but I've been hearing a lot of great feedback from this week about people just being there and enjoying the Cove. And every day I've been there, it's been absolutely slammed.
Yeah.
So like, you know, I was there, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it was everybody was everywhere. I was there yesterday, and it was, you know, people were everywhere. So it's great that people are using it. Because hopefully we don't have anything crazy. So, any more discussion on the Cove? No, and I see the ramps that were up there. Thank you for putting the ramps on there. I appreciate that. I didn't even know there were ramps, to be honest with you.
I texted Frank, I'm like,
I was like,
there's ramps. He's like, what?
What ramps?
I'm like,
I was like, what ramps are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking
Because
about.
the kids were like stepping up. I'm like, there were ramps. I was like, something's off here.
Yeah, so,
Yes.
yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Actually, Frank, I do have a question about
Sure.
the Cove. The law, are we going to discuss the schedule, or should I
We're
wait till
gonna,
then?
yeah, you know what? We can do it right now. So, yeah.
No, I was just going to ask,
Yep.
I just want to clarify, that should we, the first set of keys need to go because,
Just one of those keys.
okay,
Yeah.
just,
The one
yeah,
that-
not the bathhouse one,
The
the
one in
other
the
one.
bathhouse is good, the other one gets swapped out.
That's the one that, the lock no longer works, so then there was a second key, okay, so that's what I
Oh,
was
did
asking.
I get the latest right? Because I picked them up Friday.
Yes.
Mine are okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Sheila and Carolyn, did you get yours?
No, we don't have the second,
Oh.
The new second one, yeah.
Audrey came to my house and picked up keys. Said she got her key, it was for the new padlock.
okay,
She got hers, and she got Laura's, and she got Carolyn's.
all right, I'll follow up with her then.
Okay, so the schedule that we have here, Audrey put this together before she left. So it's a rough schedule of just what people are doing. So we need to fill in Audrey's hours or Audrey's schedule that's here.
I can do the last two, the 3rd, because I'm back July 27th and then August 3rd. I could do those two for
July 27th.
So you want to do August 3rd, Caroline?
Yeah, and I can do July 27th too.
And July 27th?
The 15th of July, is that a Monday? Or is that a Tuesday? I think that is. Okay, so the 5th of July I can't do. That's my wife's birthday. So,
I'm gone that week.
So am I.
so you're gone the week of the 5th?
Yeah.
Okay, so I will, okay, so I will do those then. I'll sustain the wrath. So I'll do the 5th and the 6th. I'll do the 5th and the 6th. Is anybody here on the 15th?
I can do
Yeah, I'll be back.
Yeah, I can do the 15th.
Okay.
I can do the 15th.
Okay. We need somebody, so Caroline says she's doing the 27th, and then the 3rd, and then the only other time is the 24th of August. I am not here for that.
I'll take that one, I haven't
Okay.
got an extra.
And, oh, I'm sorry, and there's one more, the 31st of August as well.
That's fine, I'll take those two.
Okay, great. So if there's ever a situation where we can't make it, just either send a text to me or send something to Dory. Obviously, we can't have like a group text or anything like that with
Yeah.
all of us and make it easier, but we can't. So, so just send a text somewhere and we'll lock it up. I'll find a way to get down here.
Does anyone know on the schedule when it says weekend, that means there's a caretaker on that can do it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I
That's-
believe
Yeah,
that's
that's
it
what
is.
I was told.
Okay.
Anything in the green, we didn't have to worry about.
Okay.
Yep. And if it's like a rainy day or something like that, and like nobody's down there, just lock it up. Like if it's like today, lock it up. Like 5 o'clock, yeah, that's
Can
great.
someone shoot me a text though? Because that's the other thing too. I want to, like, if we're not going to open the Cove, I just want to post something on the Cranberry Cove Facebook page just to make sure it's updated. So maybe in the morning, Dory or whatever. just
Who
send
opens
me
the
an
Cove
email.
in the morning time? Is it?
One of you guys do. Oh, I'm sorry, no. Dory is scheduled to do it every morning during the week.
Okay.
And the weekends is scheduled out to maybe somebody's coming in to take care of this place at that time, or somebody will get scheduled.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I mean, if Dory's the one that opens it.
Dory or Renee, you know, whoever's here first.
Okay, great. Okay, any more discussion on Cranberry Cove? Everybody go with the schedule? Awesome. Okay, next one is discussion on recent complaint. So I'm going to tread lightly with this particular complaint, right? I'm not going to mention names or anything like that. We had a complaint that was filed against one of the caretakers that are here. I'm not going to go into it because the TA threw the complaint out. I just want to say that, and I just want to make this clear to everybody so there's no confusion, right? Caretakers and the commission members as well. As a commission, we do not handle personnel problems. Right? We don't handle complaints unless you directly see something, like you are directly seeing it. We don't do any personnel issues, right? That is a very gray area for us, and we just need to stay out of it. The people who are the people who handle the personnel issues would be Dory and Lisa. Those are the two. Lisa is the personnel manager for the entire town. Dory is the personnel manager for here at the camp. The only time that somebody from the commission would be directly involved with a personnel issue that they didn't see is when there is a complaint filed and they have to go to an executive session or something like that as the chair of the commission. So I just want to make that clear because it gets very bad when people get into stuff that they don't directly see and they just they try to manage the personnel aspects of the camp. It's just we have no jurisdiction or authority over that. I don't know if I could say that clear, but Sheila's looking at me like I didn't say it clear enough.
No, I'm good.
Okay. No, I'm not looking at you. I'm sorry. No. I just want to make it clear to everybody because the caretaker is probably going to do this. I'm going to say it at the caretaker meeting when we have it in July, right? About that. So if you have any complaints about anybody here that you did not directly see, forward them to Dory. And if you don't feel comfortable forwarding to Dory, forward them to Lisa. And then from there, you can kind of handle it from there. So I'm just making that known. Not that I'm saying anybody did anything bad. I'm just saying that in general. Thank you. Okay, great. So old businesses and correspondence. We don't really have anything for that that I know. Team reports. Does anybody have anything from the teams?
Old business, maybe correspondence. Dory had forwarded me the facilities manager job posting, but it had no I could post it on the Facebook page as like an open position, but there's no description. Do we have a job description for that?
We do, and we're going to hold off on posting that for right now.
Okay.
We'll talk about that next meeting when Dory gets back.
Okay.
So we'll hold off on
okay.
that. Okay. So, anybody have anything for team reports?
No.
Can we go back to the business really quick?
Sure. Let's go.
So I reached out to Lisa about the funds for the CPC and the studies and stuff like that, and I was trying to find out the company that they received the
Strategic plan. Yep.
Not the whole thing. Is there anybody else I should reach out to if I haven't heard back, or just?
Laura Kemet. She's the chair of that, and she's also on the Economic Development Committee, the one who is housing up that strategic plan. So if Lisa's not getting back to you, Laura will be the one to get back to you.
Laura, what is it?
Kemet. She's the current chair of the Board of Selectmen.
Okay.
So.
That's it.
And she's easily accessible on Facebook too. Like if you just say, "Hey, Laura, I'm part of the Recreation Committee" and things like that. So. If you're not on Facebook, let me know. I'll reach out to her tomorrow or something like that and ask her where she gets it from.
All right.
So, anything else for old business? No. Anything for team reports? No. Okay. Before we get to the caretaker report, I talked to Maddie today. So on July 5th, there's going to be. It's July 5th. I think it's July 5th for the caretaker meeting. I put it in my calendar, but my phone's being used right now. So I'll have Dory send out an email for the caretaker meeting that's going to be happening. I think this is mostly for the new caretakers, just kind of go over the events and things like that. Maddie probably explained it to you guys about what it is.
She does have one. It's 10 to 1.
10 to 1. Okay, so yeah, Tuesday the 5th, 10 to 1. I'm probably going to be there from 12 to 1 or something like that, just to meet everybody who's going to be there. I'm not sure if you guys are required to go to that or not. I'm not sure if you said it was just for new training or something.
Yeah, I guess it's like for us caretaker that have been here for a while, used to kind of stand around and, introduce ourselves.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Meet and
Yeah.
greet. It's nice. Good. Okay. Oh, that's cool.
We did it last year, and unfortunately, I don't know if you were there or you were there, but we had a wedding the same day. The caretakers came, so it was kind of awkward. People
remember that, I was there, I think.
Yeah, so kind of wanted to do it like a day when nothing else was going on.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have to rush it. Like, okay, don't get out of here.
Awesome. Okay, and then they also did the AFib training today. So was it 4 of you guys who came for the AFib training? 3? Okay, so it was you, Maddie, and then Roger? Awesome.
CPR and AED.
AED, okay, yeah, AED, thank you. So that was good. That's great. And then one other thing too, just to make it clear, if all the scheduling at this point goes through Maddie, right? So if anybody has hours that are being worked that Maddie doesn't know about, please let her know about it before the hours being worked. Okay, and that's goes for everybody. Maddie does everybody's scheduling. I mean, a little bit of an exception with Renee because she's in the office with Dory all day long, so not really a big thing, but she still works events and stuff like that. So if you're working on anything that Maddie doesn't know about, or you're coming in off a shift or something like that, just text Maddie and say, hey, Dory asked me to work 2 hours today or something like that for whatever it is, right? Everything goes through Maddie until otherwise specified. So there's that, and then that's it. That's all I have. Roger, do you have stuff?
Well, if you can see, the floor was done.
Yep.
We unfortunately got some scratches in it already. 2 major ones down there.
What were they from?
Yes, slid a table back.
Oh, okay.
So it's unfortunate, but we also know what's going to be done. Now, Maddie pointed out to me today that normally it's done by February when we don't have any events. Might be something to think about in future, rather than having it done and then having this kind of thing happen to it already. Right?
Yeah.
Give it a chance to cure. This stuff dries from top to bottom, not bottom to top.
Okay. Yeah, I think we were going to do it in February, but we just didn't have the money for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had to finagle some money out of the town to get that done. So, okay.
The
Is
other
there?
thing is anything on vacation? Flying out on Thursday, going to a wedding out in Oregon.
Nice.
I will have my phone. If anybody needs to text me for opinions or whatever, I will be available.
Okay. Cool. Thanks, Roger. Guys have anything? Jen? Nothing? Jack? No? Nothing? Okay. I don't think there's anything else for the caretaker report. Renee, you got anything? Good? Okay, great. It's a short one today. Awesome. Okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Oh, sorry, when's the next meeting?
Next meeting is the 18th of July, from what I understand. Does that work for everybody? I mean, Caroline, it doesn't work for Caroline, but if you wanted to, like, if you're bored down in Florida, next to the pool, and you want to call in for whatever reason, you let me know, because I think we can do that. Yeah. I don't know why you would do that, but if you wanted to.
You miss us.
Yeah.
I miss it.
Yep.
Miss it so much.
Just me and my 2 children. I might need adults to talk to.
Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. So next meeting we're going to have to go into an executive session about something that happened. So we have that. We're also going to need to reorganize. So think about if you want one of these esteemed positions on the commission. Think about that, and then yeah, that's about it. So. And then also we're getting into October special town meeting as well. So if you guys have any articles that you think you want to do for October town meeting, it's a good time to think about it. So we'll hold that for discussion on the next agenda. And if, like always, if anybody wants anything that they want to add to the agenda, let me know and I'll add it on there. So, okay, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Nobody?
Motion to adjourn.
Oh, okay. Melissa, do I have a second?
You have a second.
Okay, all those in favor, Melissa?
Aye.
Frank, aye.
Sheila, yes.
Caroline, I.
Okay, thank you, everybody.